fucking tit stains? Here we go. Yeah, that's right. Titty stains. The things you get when a woman is lactating and she's not so much with wearing a bra, because what's the point anymore? And, you know, sometimes a little leaks out, you know what I'm saying? And then it crustifies on the fucking shirt. That's what I think of you assholes. God damn it. If I'm not insulting my audience, what the fuck am I gonna do? Anyway, you may hear some lovely tunage in the background. This is Q-Tip from a tribe called Quest. You know who it is. And this is his 2009 album, Amplified. Yeah, that's right. I'll fucking say it out loud because this little recorder records the sound in the background so fucking poorly. Even though this is a Sony. This is a Sony M100 MC. Carrie Lake. That fucking bitch. If she becomes our governor, and she probably will, I swear to motherfucking Christ, like, she will make Ducey look appealing in comparison. Anyway, Ducey is exactly the type of governor his name would indicate. He's a fucking piece of shit. Anyway, I hope things go well for us in the election. They probably won't, because who gets mobilized for midterms? Fucking idiots and radicals. And we don't have enough idiots and radicals on the rational side of the fucking equation. Okay, so we've got to talk about some shit, alright? There's a lot of fucking shit to fucking talk about, alright? So, let's get right down to the fucking shit. Look, the runaway hit of the summer. Everybody thought it was gonna be Stranger Things Season 4, which was fucking great, by the way. Fucking great. Give David Harbour and Millie Bobby Brown all the fucking awards you got. They deserve all of them. They were fucking amazing. Fuck. But all of that, good as it was, fucking Eddie playing Metallica in the Upside fucking goddamn Down? Are you fucking for real? The most heavy metal shit I have ever seen in my entire fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Gotta put on some new music. The fucking Q-Tip just ran out. Holy shit. It's hot as balls in this truck. Actually, it's much hotter than my balls. My balls are at least insulated. Okay, we're gonna put on a little punk band called The Queers. This one's called Beat Off. I believe it was produced by fucking Ben Weasel of Screeching Weasel fame. I fucking met him one time. Okay. Yeah, there's some fucking noise for the background. Okay. So, like, let's talk about these fucking January 6th committee hearings that have been happening that are fucking amazing, okay? Like, I actually have hope again in America. Do you believe that shit? Me, your fucking Uncle Nutso, with episode fucking whatever, of this goddamn analog podcast. I have hope for America. Are you fucking hearing this? God damn it. Okay, let's walk through what it is that we fucking know now, thanks to the January 6th committee. Alright? Here's what we know. Okay, for fuck's sake. Here's what we learned. We learned that Trump is at the center of all this shit. He did all this shit. He committed all the fucking crimes. He, with his tiny little dick, never forget, we know from fucking Stormy Daniels, and if this does not make enough for God in his infinite mercy to send the fucking whore, Stormy Daniels, straight to God's fucking own bosom in heaven. Shit. If this is not enough to qualify, then fucking nothing qualifies. I'm just telling you that. I'm telling you that right now. Because here's what we learned from Miss Stormy Daniels. Hold up. What we learned from Miss Stormy Daniels is fucking pretty clear and straightforward. Okay? I need you to fucking hear this. I need you to understand. Stormy Daniels told us that the fucking 45th president of the United States, Donald fucking Joselinda fucking Trump, has a tiny little dick that looks like Toad from Mario Kart. You know what I'm saying? From Super Mario? That's what his fucking dick looks like. We have that on fucking sworn affidavit fucking testimony from a girl who used to be a whore, who used to take her clothes off for money. And of her revelation that she, first of all, in the weeks after Trump's wife had given birth to their fucking son, in the weeks after that shit, fucking, this one, oh boy, Stormy Daniels was fucking Trump. Trump had her spank him on the ass with a rolled up magazine that had his picture on the fucking cover. She was beating his ass with his own face. These fucking rich, powerful guys, for fuck's sake. Is there no one more sexually pathetic than a fucking rich, powerful guy? I swear to Christ. You leave me alone with a fucking porn star and check with my wife and make sure it's all above board or whatever. I mean, she's gotta sign off on that shit, otherwise I ain't doing shit. But if my wife was like, hey, it's your one time in your life that you could fuck a porn star, like, hall pass, go nuts, alright? At no point would I be like, here's an 8x10 glossy of me, why don't you see if you can womp my little fanny with it, you know? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, so this former president of ours, our fucking fearless leader, such as he fucking was, alright? He fucking had this whore beat his ass with his own face And then she told us that his dick looks like Toad from fucking Mario, and that it's fucking small. That's what we fucking learned from Stormy Daniels. And if there is a God and there is a heaven, then Stormy Daniels must be going there. Otherwise, there is no God and there is no heaven. And quite frankly, the odds are fairly great that there is no God and that there is no heaven. So I guess we all just need to fucking be nice to Stormy Daniels because of what she did for us. She fucking took a wrinkly toadstool dick so that we may fucking have joy and mirth in our fucking otherwise pointless, meaningless little existences. Alright? So don't fucking slander Stormy Daniels just because she's a whore. She's a fucking whore with a purpose. She's a fucking whore who did all of us a favor when she did Trump a fucking favor. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Anyway, so the January 6th committee hearings, alright? We learned that our president knew, because everyone fucking told him, he knew that he lost the election because he's a piece of shit, a piece of fucking excrement. If you stepped in it, you wouldn't even scrape it off your shoe. You would fucking abandon your shoe and walk barefoot the rest of the fucking night, because there ain't no fucking way that you would ever feel clean again if you stepped in his fucking bullshit. That's how full of shit this motherfucker is. Anyway, so this fucking guy with his tiny little dick knew that he lost the election. And I remember, I was staying up on election night. I knew that we wouldn't have a count, but I was just hoping to see things tip a little fucking blue, you know? Because, I mean, we knew that they would later on. And I was hoping that it would be decisively blue before the fucking... Goddamn that bit of road right there. It always makes me feel like I'm sliding out, or like I got a fucking flat tire or some shit. Fix your fucking road, upriver. This is fucking ridiculous. Anyway, the Riverside, fucking whatever this community is fucking called, fix your shit. Because this is fucked up, alright? You know, it's right over here near the Pocket Dam. And you guys, your shit fucking sucks. This road, I've driven it 150,000 times. I feel like I'm gonna fucking slide off a fucking cliff into the fucking mighty Colorado River every time I hit that piece of shitty ass pavement. Anyway, so Donald fucking Trump and his tiny little mushroom dick knew that they fucking lost the goddamn election because everyone told them. And he was like, oh, there's no way because I go to fucking rallies and people at rallies like me. Yeah, your fucking people like you. That would be like Nickelback assuming that they are the most beloved band in all the world because the people who go to their concerts scream their name and cheer for them to play some more. His life. I mean, do you not fucking hear how absurd fucking, fucking little tiny dicked, orange wrinkled up scrotum of a president that we fucking had? Do you not understand how fucked up in the head he is? Like, holy shit. But yeah, in the days after he lost the fucking election, he and his fucking cronies, rather than fucking doing anything good for America, they were like, hey, I know, why don't we commit all the fucking crimes we can fucking think of? Why don't we besmirch the name of a fucking company who makes voting equipment and does, quite frankly, a damn fine job of doing it, and has for some fucking decades now, you know? I don't think these motherfuckers stand a goddamn chance when it comes to the defamation suit, because there's no fucking evidence that any Dominion voting machine was affected at all in the election. And if you believe that it was, that's because you are spoon-feeding yourself on bullshit that is just streaming 24/7 out of the president's fucking mouth and asshole. He's got it coming out both ends because he's so full of shit. I expect it to start running out his eyeballs any fucking minute now, you know? That's how full of shit this motherfucker is. He tells lies like other people breathe. You know what I'm saying? There was this study done of Trump and his lying ways when he still had a full fucking year left on his presidency. He had already told the American people over 20,000 lies in public, in public statements. He had already told 20,000 fucking lies. Do you know how hard it is to tell fucking 20,000 lies in 3 years? 20,000 lies in 3 years. That's like telling 20 to 30 lies per day, but doing it in front of a camera that can be viewed by the entire world. Remember that time when he went to the fucking UN and was like, oh, our presidency has done more in less time than any other presidency ever. We've accomplished so much. And all they had done up to that point was put kids in cages and failed to repeal Obamacare because people actually fucking like it. And he said we've done more than any other presidency in history. And all the English speakers laughed. And then all of the people getting a translation laughed a minute later because they were like, oh shit, I just got that translated. Did he fucking say that shit? He fucking said it. And the leaders of the collective free world were like, holy fuck. This guy is fucking nuts, right? Look, I have been an American traveling abroad during the administrations of Bill Clinton and George W. Bush and Barack Obama. I've traveled abroad during the administrations of all those fucking guys, And to a certain extent, you have to make an answer as an American for what the fuck your president is doing in the world. People will ask you, and they will kind of pin it on you like, hey, this shit is your fault. You're an American. What's wrong with your boy? And more often than not, I have to say, like, well, I didn't vote for this fucker. Anyway, the only time that people had anything nice to say about the American president when I was traveling abroad was during the Obama administration. And believe you me, there are things to hop on Obama about. He was not perfect. He was very far from it. 2 words, drone strikes. Another word, immigration, you know? He was very hard on illegals and perpetrated some bullshit. Fucking bailing out companies for no fucking reason, but not helping the American public. The whole too big to fail shit, the bailouts. Like, Barack Obama did some shit, okay? Like, he was not perfect. There were some things he did that were fucking great, but there were other things he did that were not as much, okay? Like, and you need to fucking accept that. I accept it, you should too. But yeah, Barack Obama was the only fucking president that most of the people in the world that I ran across didn't have shit to say about, other than, like, he seems nice, right? Which he fucking did. I mean, he seemed nice. Not everything he did was nice, but he seems fucking nice, alright? Okay, so, I tell you this, like, Donald fucking Trump gave all Americans some shit to answer for. We became an international fucking laughing stock of a nation. People looked at our shit and they were like, holy fucking shit. You guys, I mean, look, we over here, we got fucking Boris Johnson and we're Brexiting. We got Bolsonaro and we're fucking, like, getting weird about gay people for some reason in Brazil of all places. The, like, people fucking in the street capital of the world. I mean, come on. But we had Duterte who was like, hey, round up and fucking murder your own neighbors and we'll fucking sort out the bodies later. You know? And all this shit, and people were looking at us and saying, your guy is fucking nuts. Okay? Do you understand how bad that fucking is? Given how bad the other fucking guys were, and that they were looking at us and going like, your shit is fucked. Get your shit in order because your boy is fucking out. His lumpy, orange, misshapen, mostly hollow gourd. Alright? Shit. So, yeah. Trump knew that he lost the election. As a matter of fact, he knew that he was going to lose the election because every poll had him losing the election. It shouldn't have even been as close as it was. But, you know, fucking Trump voters and what the fuck. Yeah, I'm about to head into the fucking heart of Trump country. Fucking rich assholes in Havasu with the, like, you know, let's go Brandon flags and shit. Fuck you. And fuck you, let's go Brandon. God damn it. Anyway, so, here's the fucking bullshit. Your boy lost the election And he lost to a guy that Democrats, by and large, did not fucking get excited about. We could have been excited. I was excited for Kamala Harris. That's who I wanted. My top choices: Kamala Harris, of course. Bernie fucking Sanders, number one. Would love to see what a Bernie Sanders fucking... Could you imagine an American president who actually gives a fuck about the people, who, like, has no fucking filter and will say what's on his goddamn mind all the fucking time? Could you imagine? I mean, people thought that's what Trump was. No. Trump is this self-serving motherfucker who, like, would fucking kick over an old lady to pick up a dime on the fucking sidewalk. You know, he's a fucking asshole. Bernie Sanders has proven that he fucking cares about the people he serves, and he's proven that shit time and time again over a period of fucking decades. He's been a fucking straight as a goddamn arrow. You know, the most fucking progressive guy, but also gives a fuck about the American people and what's gonna help them the most. Holy shit. Could you imagine a fucking president like that? God damn it, we haven't produced one of those on the right or the left since, I don't know, fucking Abraham Lincoln or some shit? God damn it. Anyway, I also liked Elizabeth Warren, although I feel she could be fucking disingenuous and shit. But, like, generally she says the right things and seems like she gives a fuck, you know. A pretty big fucking deal there, you know. Never got too much into Buttigieg, although having a gay man would be pretty fucking great. I mean, don't get me wrong. The fact that he's Secretary of Transportation is fucking great. I think he does a great job, and, you know, hope for many good things in the future. Anyway, yeah, the quiz have stopped playing, and I'm about to roll into Havasu, so I'm not going to start a new fucking record until, you know, until I have some fucking time to do it. Anyway, so yeah, fucking Trump, this piece of shit, you know, the worst president in American history, bar none, you know, just prima facie, like before the January 6th hearings, the first, like, presidential scholars poll had this motherfucker rated the second worst president in American history, right behind fucking Buchanan, who sat there with his thumb up his ass while state after state seceded from the Union, and he basically let us plunge headfirst into the Civil War, and he did almost nothing to fucking stop it. That's the one president that fucking, you know, presidential scholars say is worse than Donald Trump. But that was before they realized what a treasonous asshole he is. Remember, he was impeached twice. He was impeached once for attempting to hold another country hostage unless they gave him information on his fucking political rival. And what country was that? Do we remember? Oh, that's right. It's Ukraine. The country that we all suddenly seem to give a fuck about all of a sudden. And this motherfucker was going to withhold aid from Ukraine for what? Oh, so that he could fucking hopefully maybe get some dirt on Joe Biden, because unlike himself, fucking, you want dirt on Trump, ask anyone who knows him, and you fucking get more than you could ever want, and fucking, yeah, that's Trump. Biden, what's the worst thing about Biden? He's fucking weird. He's a weird guy. That's the worst thing about him. He's fucking weird, right? Licked his wife's finger, sniffed her hair. Weird. Gives people back rubs when they don't fucking want it. He's a fucking... If you worked in an office with this guy, you would be like, oh, fucking Joe, he's a little bit weird. You just gotta put up with his eccentricities. He doesn't mean any harm, but he's fucking weird, okay? If that's the worst that you have on a political candidate in 2020, you ain't got shit, okay? Because, look at Matt Gaetz. Motherfucker, had a traveling rape caravan, had a traveling statutory rape fucking hookup, and, is still not only serving in the United States Congress, but 2 weeks ago, he and Marjorie Taylor Greene, she of the Jewish space laser, this fucking stupid bitch, and I do not say that lightly. Look, I love women, I respect women. This fucking piece of shit does no service to the gender of womankind. She is an asshole. She is a piece of shit. You should not claim her, women, because she's bad. Anyway, we learned that fucking Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene say that they control Kevin McCarthy, the fucking House Minority Leader. They control, not he controls himself, not fucking, the people have a say in their own goddamn governance like we think this is some sort of fucking democracy. Nope. It's fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene, Little Miss Nutso fuckface, and fucking, Rapey McGee, who fucking control the House Minority Leader, whose greatest wish, he fucking sold his soul to fucking Beelzebub himself on the off chance that he could become the fucking Speaker of the House. He wishes he had a dick as long as fucking Nancy Pelosi's, and he doesn't, ladies and gentlemen. He does not. His dick lacks the length and the girth to compete with Nancy Pelosi's clit. Alright? Okay, let's get this shit back going again. So, I just ran into a Goodwill, and you know what Goodwill is good for? I mean, among very many other things. I mean, fuck. They used to be good for not knowing what the shit was worth. I once got a Marantz receiver, vintage, silver shit, a 2265, no slouch, a fucking, at least $400 receiver that I picked up at Goodwill for $6. Anyway, that was the good old days before they started using eBay and shit to do their pricing. Anyway, because it used to be hey, we're getting this shit for free, so if you get a better deal than we anticipated, then that's only good for both of us. You know, you're shopping here, we sell shit that we got for free, it's all good. But they got fucking greedy is what they got. Fucking, you know, some new CEO or some shit was like, hey, this ought to be some fucking cash cow instead of like a fucking service to America where fucking poor people like myself could catch a fucking break every now and again and get some nice shit for their fucking otherwise hollow, meaningless, empty fucking lives, you know, like you fucking do. Anyway, so ran into Goodwill real quick. That's why this is disjointed. I know I was talking about how, like, fucking Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene have their hand up Kevin McCarthy's ass like he's some sort of fucking puppet, you know? The two fucking worst crazies on the fucking right are like, yeah, we own his ass. And what did Kevin McCarthy say about it? He's like, no, they don't. That's not, I mean, you know, that was his fucking answer to, like, the two craziest crazies in your party, one of whom is, like, his friends have been convicted of the shit that he is accused of. His friends have already been convicted and have agreed to fucking rat him out further on, like, how many fucking underage girls his dick has been in, you know? Like, this fucking creep with his tall-ass forehead and his goddamn moralizing like, oh, I have the moral high ground on abortion. No, you fucking don't. You don't have the moral high ground, like, you are in a moral crevice, you fucking dingwit. Like, I swear to fucking Christ. You don't fuck underage girls and then claim to have the moral high ground. What are you? Oh, that's right, you're a fucking Republican in 2022. Sounds normal. God damn it. Yeah, this fucking quicksand shit, this band, I had not heard before. I've seen the cover. I forget, like, someone's in this band. Like, this was someone's band that someone was in that, like, I forget where I even learned about them. But, like, it's pretty fucking heavy and good. So, you know, you're looking for a band to listen to. Quicksand. There you go. Anyway, so fucking, yeah. Here's the thing. You know, the Republican Party is fucking radicalized as fuck. And we've only hit the fucking tip of the iceberg of how many of these fuckers are criminally conspiring with the fucking former president of the United States to come up with multiple facets of different attacks on American democracy. We learned about fake electors. We learned about attempts to, like, call the military or the Justice Department to seize voting machines. We found fucking, like, you know, pressure campaigns, like Lindsey Graham calling fucking Raffensperger, you know, around the same time Trump did it, fucking Lindsey Graham, and Lindsey Graham is trying to say, like, oh, this Georgia hearing shit, that's some bullshit. Like, I'm not gonna comply with the subpoena. And a judge was just like, you fucking will. You fucking will, because not only are you a material witness, you are a potential suspect in this fucking crime that we know you committed. Like, that's the shit, is that these motherfuckers, so brazen, so emboldened by the fact that they had lots of supporters, and the supporters had guns, you know, that they were like, oh, fucking, you know, we can do whatever, and, you know, Trump once said he could fucking murder a man on Fifth Avenue and his supporters would still support him. At the time, all of us were like, that's fucking stupid. That's not true. And then he fucking showed us. He's like, oh, did you not think that was true? It's fucking true and then some. Like, my motherfucking supporters, like, if I shot a man on Fifth Avenue, like if Trump shot a man on Fifth Avenue, his supporters would come and kick the corpse and accuse it of being with Antifa. By the way, why is it that you only hear about Antifa when the fucking Republicans have done some bullshit that we all know they shouldn't have fucking done? Like, how the fuck is that what's going on in America? That fucking, you know, Republicans, like, they fucking storm the Capitol, they fucking, you know, shoot a cop, they fucking do some shit, and they're like, oh, that was Antifa, that wasn't us. You know, fuck you. Antifa barely exists, alright? It barely exists, and it's made of people who, like, their own people are like, fuck you, you making us all look bad. That's Antifa. There's no, like, because the fucking January 6th rioters, people on the right are like, why would you hurt these patriots? Oh, they're so patriotic. Oh, you can't hurt these patriots. They're too fucking patriot. My God. Oh, no, we can't fucking... Fuck you. They're patriotic my ass. You know what's patriotic? Standing for what is right when everyone else is doing the wrong thing and saying that the wrong thing is what's actually right, and you know right from wrong, and you stand up for what's actually right. So Cassidy Hutchinson is fucking right, and fucking all these Republican assholes who are coming after her like, oh, who even is she? Like, oh, we don't know who she is. Fuck you. Her office was 10 steps from the Oval, and she shared a fucking office with Mark Meadows, and we know, like, Mark Meadows sitting there on his fucking couch scrolling through his phone. We know he's getting texts from fucking Ginny Thomas and shit, you know? Like, holy fuck. The shit that we know that went down is fucking awful. And, you know, it is a criminal conspiracy led by the former president of the United goddamn motherfucking States. This motherfucker tried to steal the entire country as if it belonged to him, you know? Like, this fucking guy. And we're all supposed to just be like, oh, well, the past is in the past, you know, like, just let sleeping dogs lie and fucking don't make a fuss about shit that already happened. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. Like, this goddamn country is worth more than any fucking motherfucker, this guy. Like, worth more than him and his whole family combined. which ain't fucking saying much because they're all pieces of shit. We learned that too in these hearings. So, what have we learned from the January 6th hearing? This is what I'm trying to summarize, but I'm doing a bad fucking job. Alright, here's what we fucking learned. We learned that absolutely 100% Donald fucking Trump knew he lost the motherfucking election. Knew it. That fucking knew that he had lost. Okay? So we start there. Because that shows criminal intent, okay? That's like half the fucking ball game right there. Criminal intent, you know? So, we know for a fact that he knew that, you know, fucking Bill Barr talking a fucking big game. Mr. fucking, like, oh, a president can pardon himself. How did Barr become the fucking, you know, attorney general? Because he basically made it clear that he would not recuse himself like Jeff Sessions did. And he wrote an opinion paper that said, oh, sure, the president can pardon himself. That's how Bill Barr got that fucking job, was by planting his moist lips directly on Donald Trump's puckering asshole, okay? I know it's not a pretty picture. I don't like it either, but that's the fucking truth. Anyway, but Bill Barr, piece of shit that he is, had the wherewithal to realize which way the wind was blowing, and he told the president that all of his, you know, election conspiracy whack-a-mole bullshit was exactly that. Whack-a-mole idiot bullshit, okay? So that's where that fucking gets started. Like, that's where that fucking jumps off. That's the opening salvo, is that he knew absolutely 100% from people that he fucking trusted that his election stolen claims were fucking made up bullshit, okay? So that means everything else he did as an actor in bad faith who fucking, you know, was aggressively lying to the American public. Millions of fucking Americans still fucking believe that there was fraud in the 2020 election, even though Trump's own people said it was the fucking cleanest election that they had ever seen. Okay? Wrap your brain around that shit for a minute, okay? Anyway, so he knew that it was wrong. That means everything else is fucking criminal intent. And we also found out that he knew, like, he had multiple inroads. Like, they had fucking state senators and fucking state attorneys general. They had fucking all these boots on the fucking ground ready to roll. You know, they had the whole Green Bay sweep piece of shit idea that Peter Navarro was like, oh, look at the great idea we had. And people were like, you realize that you just described the fucking worst crime in the history of this nation. And Peter Navarro was like, no, it means Trump gets to stay president. Isn't that great? And we're like, fuck you. Is what? So there were fake electors, which is a fucking conspiracy to defraud the United States government, obstruction of an official election event. There was the obstruction in Georgia when he's calling fucking Raffensperger and is like, guys, come on, give me a fucking break here. I need fucking 11,782 votes or some shit. You know, exactly one more vote than he already fucking had, and there were no more votes. Raffensperger was like, we already hand counted this shit. We know how many votes were cast, and we know that your election fraud shit is exactly what I'd say, exactly what I'm telling you it is. It's fucking shit. So, you know, like, he goes in with alternate elector fraud scheme shit, and the idea that Mike Pence can overwrite it, you know, the fucking, what's his name, the lawyer, the fucking fuckface, you know, dumb fuck, who's like, oh, yeah, you know, it would have been wrong if Al Gore had declared himself president, but it's okay if our boy does it, you know, like, he literally said that. He literally, actually, factually was like, no, it would have been wrong for Democrats the 2 times that they could have done that, and fucking didn't, because it would have been a fucking constitutional crisis if they had. Anyway, sorry. So, you know, they fucking, you know, they knew that every idea they had was bullshit and terrible and awful. And then Trump turned to the one thing that he always knew. Like, why the fuck did Trump think he was so popular? Because people fucking told him at his rallies, you know, who surrounded him? A bunch of fucking yes men. And like, his crowds effectively were the biggest yes man of all. Because these motherfuckers, it's the same motherfuckers every time, but he thinks that he's seeing the entire country rise up and say, oh, we love this guy, he's the greatest president. I am a big, strong man who does a manly job like I'm a fucking, you know, a sheet metal worker or a pipe fitter or some shit. And I have never cried a day in my life, President, Mr. President, sir. But when you fucking started that pointless trade war with China, oh my God, Mr. President, oh, I'm crying right in front of you, and even though I'm a big, strong man who has never cried a day in his life before, I'm crying in front of you, Mr. President, because you are so mighty and powerful and amazing, and your dick is so large and looks nothing like a fucking toad from Mario. Oh, Mr. President, can I suck your dick a little bit? I'm a big, strong man, and I've never gone in for any gay shit, but I love you and I respect the office of the presidency so much. Let me just Monica Lewinsky you a little bit, Mr. President. With their... So yeah, Trump turns to his fucking, you know, big, strong, you know, arc welding fucking cocksuckers, who tell him that he's so fucking great, and he's like, hey, come to the Capitol, it will be wild. And, like, we know, like, this is fucking hilarious, but we know that he planned the march on the fucking Capitol as part of the fucking rally that he, you know, that he was gonna pretend like it was all spontaneous, like, oh, we're gonna march on the fucking Capitol. Oh, who knew that we would be doing this? Never mind that, like, fucking his craziest motherfucking piece of shit supporters had started up a war room at the fucking Wilbur Hotel, which now should be fucking more infamous than goddamn Watergate, for Christ's sakes. Like, because that's where fucking Oath Keepers and Proud Boys and shit were like, yes, sir, our marching orders, Mr. President. Like, they left for the fucking Capitol before the fucking speech was over. They went and had fucking tacos, of all things. Bunch of racist motherfuckers. Like, hey, we would like some Mexican food, I think, maybe. Like, you cannot make this shit up. It's too fucking precious, alright? Anyway, so, we learned all this shit, that they are conspiring. It's a legit, like, holy fuck. The president, who has been a conspiracy theorist this whole fucking time, he's a fucking moron. Like, his old college professors are like, oh yeah, that dipshit, he's the dippiest shit. It has ever been my pleasure to fucking, like, try to undip. But he wouldn't undip, because his dipshittiness is entirely too dipped. He's been dipped too far, too deep, too long in the shit, and now he is the ultimate dipshit, okay? That's the president of the fucking United States, who, like, believed in conspiracy theories despite holding the highest office in the land. If you can be that fucking dumb, despite being the main guy, holy fuck. It's like you're trying to be dumb at that point. It's like you're taking pride in how fucking stupid you are, and he was. He was like, oh, I love the poorly educated. They always vote for me. Yeah, you're fucking right they do, because it takes a real uneducated piece of shit to fucking vote for an uneducated piece of shit. Is what it fucking takes. So, yeah, your people fucking love you. Oh, yeah, surprise, surprise. That fucking dipshits like the dipshit. You know, that the piece of shits vote for the piece of shit. Oh, who could have seen this turn of events? Oh, certainly, it was unforeseeable that piece of shits would prefer the piece of shit when he's on the fucking ballot. Yeah, surprise, goddamn fucking surprise. Like, oh my god, I can't hardly believe my eyes and ears at the fucking news that Captain Dipshit commands a fucking regiment of equally dippy shits. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy fuckaroli. Come on. The fuck are we doing here? You know? The fuck are we doing here? Anyway, so this fucking moron, the best he can think of, he has fucking lost everything that you can lose. He lost every appeal in the courts. The courts were like, hey, fucking dipshit, you gotta show up with evidence of fucking anything if you're gonna tell us that fucking anything happened. Okay? And he's like, evidence? But my evidence is that the My Pillow guy is on my side. Like, holy fuck, this guy. Anyway, so he fucking turns to the only people that he knows who will fucking do any goddamn thing in the world for him because they're fucking stupid, radicalized QAnon bullshit believers, and he could tell them any fucking thing and they'll be like, oh yes, we do believe, for you are the Messiah, the chosen Holy One of Holies. You are the most great one done, Mr. President. Yeah, I had to flip the tape over. Hopefully I pick up in the middle of what I was fucking saying. Oh, you are so great, Mr. President. We can't handle your greatness. Let us suck your dick a little bit. Oh, we love you, little toadstool. Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyway, these motherfuckers, he was like, come to the Capitol, and they were like, yeah. And then they set up the Wilbur Hotel shit, and Giuliani was like, oh, if you're not willing to fucking, commit high crimes for the president, then get the fuck out, you're a pussy. Like, he said that. He said that in the fucking testimony that he gave to the committee. He's like, I called them pussies for not being strong enough. And it's like, wait, you called them pussies because they draw the line at high treason? Like, yeah. Holy shit, there's a fucking old guy with a mohawk who's dancing around, losing his shit. Havasu is a weird fucking place. Make no mistake. It goes from like the fucking oldest, crustiest people who come here as snowbirds, and then all the perverted old crusty snowbirds stay so they can look at the spring break girls shake their titties at the London Bridge. It's a fucking weird town. You can't fucking get around that. Havasu is fucking weird, okay? If you've been here, if you're from here, if you know anything about it, it's fucking weird, okay? Like, it doesn't make it bad, it just makes it fucking weird. Anyway, a lot of fucking Trump supporters here. A lot of people wish they could suck his dick. Anyway, his little mushroom, his little fucking toadstool, his little 2-inch nothing of a fucking prick. Anyway, so this motherfucker, with his tiny dick, calls upon his people, and he knew that they had weapons, and he did not fucking care, because he said, they're not here to hurt me. And they weren't. And he was not wrong. He was not lying in that instance. Oh, sure, he told a lot of lies. He talked a lot of shit. This man, so full of shit, it's amazing that he was orange and not brown, given how full of shit he was. Okay, I'm at Carl's Jr. I'm gonna get myself a fucking Southwest burger or some shit, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Smell it? Okay, let's finish the goddamn story, and then we'll get this shit done, okay? Vote here. Early voting already happening for fucking, right here in Arizona. Anyway, so, fucking, and I tell you, this fucking election, on the ballot, we have multiple fucking people who look at what happened on January 6th, and we're like, oh, we came so close. But they're not saying it like the rest of us, like, oh, fuck, we came so close to losing every fucking precious thing that we love about this country of ours. The freedoms, the fucking choice of the people. Like, we almost lost it all just because a shriveled dick pumpkin of a fucking moron wanted to hold on to power because he couldn't handle the fact that he is a loser. Okay? You listen to fucking Trump speak, he talks like a fucking toddler. Okay? It's all like me, mine, meh, meh, meh. And then it's a bunch of like, oh, this guy's a fucking loser. Oh, that guy, he sucks, He's not eloquent. He's not smart. He's not fucking anything good. He's a fucking asshole, is what he is. But in his brain, in his little addled fucking shriveled up, tinier than his dick brain, he fucking thinks that being a loser is the worst fucking thing you can be. And so he couldn't accept that he lost the fucking election. Why? Because he can't be a loser. He's Donald goddamn Trump. Don't you know what a big deal he is? He's got really real looking hair, and he was on that show that you never watched. Okay? Like, fucking hell. This motherfucking guy, I'm so fucking tired of his bullshit. Okay? So fucking tired. But like, he calls upon his fucking loyal minions and they come in droves. And they start beating up police officers. They murdered some fucking people. And then he's like, oh, there was so much love on that day. Oh, what a great outpouring of love and kindness and like, what a fucking... I just passed a truck that's so full of Trump stickers that you can't even see the fucking truck. You fucking idiot. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? If you still support Trump right now, I have news for you. You are a fucking traitor to this country, and you do not belong here. It's as simple as that. If you support his treasonous bullshit, then there is no room for you in this country of ours, okay? That's it. That's all it is. Anyway, so this motherfucker knew his crowd was armed and dangerous, and he sent them to the fucking Capitol anyway. He didn't give a fuck. And then people were calling him, begging, pleading, like fucking Fox News was begging and pleading like, oh, this will destroy everything that you've worked so hard for. Yeah, they fucking knew that, number one, it was not Antifa, as if that's a fucking organization that fucking exists in the world. Like, it was not Antifa murdering police officers. No. It was fucking quote-unquote alleged patriots, fucking supporters of Donald Trump who did that shit. Okay? Violent ass motherfuckers who, guess what? Guess fucking what? You know, the fucking, all of our intelligence services tell us that these white supremacist motherfuckers who think Trump is so great. By the way, if you vote for the same guy as David fucking Duke, you are wrong. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to say that. If you vote on the same side as these racist-ass motherfuckers, you are wrong about everything, okay? It's time to reassess. It's time to fucking put back the pieces of your shambles of a life because it's fucked, okay? The point at which people who go to meetings in robes and little pointy hoods, like, the you and they like the same guy for president, it is time for you to reassess some shit, okay? Like, figure some shit out, alright? Anyway, so these racist-ass motherfuckers descend on Washington, murder police officers, fucking, you know, shit in the halls of our government, like literally shit in the halls of our government. And they said themselves that they would have dragged people through the streets. They made a fucking gallows. They were chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." They were asking for him to be brought out so that they could fucking do what an angry mob does when it finds the fucking people that they're after. We are fucking lucky that there were fucking, some people on the Capitol who had their heads on a fucking swivel and knew where to take people safely so that fucking, they wouldn't get caught. And listen to fucking what, AOC has to say about this shit. Because, they wanted her ass. They wanted to murder her. She was on the fucking hit list, alright? And so she's sitting in a fucking secure room while she's watching her Republican fucking colleagues on their fucking phones, and what she doesn't know is, hey, which of these motherfuckers is gonna betray our location to the angry mob? Josh Hawley could have done it. Louis Gohmert could have done it. Jim Jordan could have done it. Marjorie Taylor Greene would have been fucking delighted to do it. These fucking assholes. Matt Gaetz would have done it. Any of these assholes would have done it, and they fucking suck cock. I fucking hate every single one of these traitorous bastards. Okay? That's what they are. They're traitorous goddamn bastards, and anyone who thinks differently, it has both inches of Trump's cock rammed up the little pink asshole, okay? That's all it is. That's all it can be. Either you support the facts, and the facts are that Trump ordered an angry mob to descend upon the seat of our government and try to overturn the will of the people. That's what he fucking did. And he knew that they were armed, and he knew that they were violent, and he fucking wanted them to be armed and violent. Because you'll never take back this country with weakness, he said. And fucking Mo Brooks, who should rot in a jail cell for the rest of his traitorous goddamn life, was like, oh, we need to start taking names and kicking ass. And they had a list of names. They had a list of names. They had people they were looking for that they wanted to fucking murder that day. And we're fucking lucky that they only murdered cops. Do you understand how fucking insane that is? We are fucking lucky that the men and women who signed up to fucking lay down their lives if necessary fucking did exactly that. Do you understand? The woman who testified, I forget her fucking name, but she was fucking brilliant. She was slipping and sliding in the blood of her fallen brethren. Do you fucking understand what I am saying to you? People who survived the war in Iraq and Afghanistan said that this shit on January 6th, this armed, angry mob, not fucking tourists, Fox News, not fucking, leisurely stroll through the Capitol with a bunch of patriots, you fucking assholes. No. An armed and dangerous fucking mob called for by the President of the United States. These fuckers said, I came here because my president told me to. These fucking assholes were ready to kill fucking any Democrat they could get their hands on. And we are lucky as fucking shit that they did not do that. Okay? Now granted, some things went Trump's way on that day. Okay? he didn't get to go to the fucking Capitol with them. He wanted to. He wanted to. We know he wanted to. Cassidy Hutchinson told us he wanted to. Fucking Pat Cipollone said he wanted to. Mark Meadows sure as shit knows that he wanted to. But luckily he did not. Luckily, anyone with a fucking brain in Washington was like, hey, maybe it would be bad if the president, the sitting president of the United goddamn States, walked his fat, tubba-lubba, 239-pound ass to the fucking Capitol to fucking join in a riotous mob who was trying to kill his political opponents so that his tiny little dick could still take a piss in the White House toilet. That's what he fucking wanted. That's it. He didn't care about fucking anyone. You know? And these motherfuckers had the gall to ask for fucking pardons from him because they knew they were committing crimes. High crimes and fucking treason. Okay? They should all fry. If I have to live for much longer in a fucking world where Marjorie Taylor Greene and fucking Louis Gohmert and Matt Gaetz and fucking like any of these other Jim Jordan and fucking any of these other treasonous assholes have any modicum of power, then the world is fucked. And we should all just fucking kill ourselves because nothing matters anymore. If they can't get this shit right, if they can't nail his fucking saggy balls to the fucking wall, then nothing fucking matters anymore. Nothing. You can fucking wake up, shoot yourself in the face, call it a life, and that's fucking it. Because if these fucking treasonous assholes can run roughshod over the goddamn Constitution that they pretend to love so much, if they can do that shit and get away with it, then we as a country have lost and we do not deserve to exist anymore. That's it. Anyway, this is your fucking Uncle Nutso. Look, the January 6th hearings, watch those fucking shits. Every single one of them. You know, they're fucking great. They're fucking great. Everything they say. There is no partisan sort of like, oh, he said, she said. It is all, and Trump is still doing this shit. And on the ballot are his people who are like, oh, January 6th? Let's try that again next fucking year. These assholes are on the ballot. We've got to kick them in the fucking teeth, or they will never learn the goddamn lesson that you don't fuck with American democracy. You don't fuck with the choice of the people. You fucking accept the choice of the people, and you fucking move on. That's all it is. And fuck you if you think otherwise. Okay? Fuck you if you think otherwise. Alright. That's it for Uncle Nutso episode Who Gives a Fuck? Who knows if there's gonna be a fucking country to listen to this in fucking tomorrow. Oh, and people being like, oh, inflation and gas prices. Yeah, you had a traitorous fuckface as president for 4 years, and you're worried about the price of gas? Get fucked. Learn what really matters, you fucking assholes.